We are starting a new series here about recovering from divorce. And before I get started, I want to give just this disclaimer first. Obviously here, our goal is to preserve the marriages that come through our center. We work hard to help you reconnect, build emotional connection, learn to communicate, and learn to deal with the things that have been really stumbling you up in your marriage. That is our goal. But sometimes, for whatever reason, the marriages dissolve, and so we're left oftentimes with one spouse who worked really hard to try to keep the marriage together, left trying to find resources. And so my hope is to catch those of you who have had to walk through divorce, learn how to become healthier, and just to feel like you are not totally alone as you walk through this. I have been through a divorce I did not want, and so I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to have your feet knocked out from underneath you. I know how to walk through the grief, through being alone, through just trying to learn to do relationships differently. So my goal here is to just help you especially not feel alone, but of course to help you walk through each of these steps so that you can get to a place where your next relationship, your next marriage is totally different than your last marriage. With that being said, the other foundation I really want to lay is that marriage is a gift. So I have this example that I use in my groups just to help get a picture of how the difference between letting your marriage be a gift rather than the source of your hope and your joy. So I have this teddy bear. I'll turn him around for you. I have this teddy bear. Let this represent a really important gift to you, something that you cherish so much. It is the best thing ever that anybody has given to you. When you're first given this gift, you're usually, overjoyed, happy, showing it off to everybody, telling everybody how happy you are, because there is a lot of joy that comes through that gift. But the moment something happens where you start to feel like you're possibly going to lose that gift, you start holding it a little closer. And then if there's some reason why you feel like you might have it ripped out from underneath you, or lost, or walked away, or whatever, you squeeze it even tighter. You're holding it in close to your chest, and everything about your energy is focused on, protecting this gift. You're not living well. You're not paying attention to other needs. Your fists are clenched so that you can't accept other things. And more often than not, you probably are hunched over with your back to the people around you because you're so focused on holding on to this gift. The problem is that smothers the gift. It doesn't give it that room to breathe and to move and to be free and to, it loses the excitement. It loses the joy because all your energy is put into this fear of losing it. That fear shows you where you're not trusting the one who gave you the gift. The source of your joy, the source of your hope, the source of everything, your life, is from the source of the gift. So if you treat this as a gift and then turn and let God be your source, then it changes your perspective to where you can hold this lightly and put all of your hope in the source. Because, in real life, the gift is another broken person who has a mind of his own that God's not going to force to stay in the marriage. So if you're looking at it as an opportunity, to force this person to be what you want him to be because, the marriage is yours, then all you're doing is just pushing him away. But treat this as a gift. It's another child of God, actually, another person who is just trying to learn to navigate life well. And they're broken. They're really, really broken. And so if they don't want to follow God's ways, you can't make them. if they don't want to see the marriage as a gift, you can't make them. And when you learn to turn your perspective towards letting God be the source of your joy, because He is the source of the gift, then it allows you to, kind of let go of this a little bit. Not to let go of your marriage, but to hold it loosely and to let God be the one that takes on your hurt or your disappointments or your just the angst of being in a marriage, rather than trying to make the marriage deal with that kind of stuff. But God is the source, and you can find joy and you can find hope even if you don't have that gift anymore. So what we'll walk through is just some different stages of post-divorce trauma that'll help you navigate getting through this season, learning how to let God be your source, learning how to get your own 2 feet under you, so that when you get into a new relationship, you'll be a healthier person, which means you'll be more likely to attract a healthier person, which sets the whole stage for your whole next marriage to be healthier. And that's really our goal too. So in our next sessions, I'm going to cover things like grief, how to grieve this well. It's not just the loss of a spouse, it's the loss of that spouse's family and your friends, especially friends who don't know what to do with a divorce. Oftentimes there's the loss of the church and support of the church, because a lot of churches still really don't know how to handle a divorce well. There's financial loss, there's the pets, there's the extended family, there's friends, there's so much loss. And if you don't take the time to grieve it well, then you just carry that in as bitterness and baggage to your next relationship. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how to find your own footing, how to find yourself, as some people like to say. But just, learn how to be who you are in your own giftedness, and to see what kind of things it is that helps you come alive and feel good about walking through life. It is possible, even if you don't feel like it right now. It is possible to find joy in life, even alone. So we'll talk about navigating being alone. We'll talk about, just how to walk through this in a way that the loneliness, it hurts, but it's not the end of the world. And when you come to grips with that, that's actually what makes you a healthier person as you walk into a new relationship. We'll also talk about things like being healthy and how to spot an abuser. More than likely, the healthier you are, the easier it is for you to spot red flags and to walk away from them. So we'll talk about those kinds of things. My goal really is to help you improve your relationships in general. One of the biggest things that I found coming out of a divorce is that I view all of my relationships differently than I did before. And so I've learned how to be a better friend in general, and I'm really hoping that those skills will benefit me and you as you go into a new relationship, a new dating relationship, just how to treat it all differently, not to cling to it, smother it as a gift that you think you're going to lose. So that is our goal. The hope is that next time, because God writes it on our hearts to be in relationship, the goal is that next time, hopefully, will be better than last time, because we've learned how to walk through it better, and we're healthier, we're stronger, we know who we are, and we know how to trust God in the process. If you have questions or a topic that you would like me to cover, just let me know. I'll put the contact information at the bottom, and you can also check out our website at themarriagerecoverycenter.com.